You've reached the HubSpot helpline. Helpline.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot helpline.
Good afternoon, HubSpot Nation. Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the HubSpot Helpline presented by Profoundly. You may notice that Mr. Rob Jones, the mayor of Inbound, is not with us today. He is taking a well-deserved day off and also hanging out with his wife for her birthday. So I guess we give him a pass for that.
I guess.
Yeah.
It feels very much like the human thing to do.
It does. And so we're flexible here and on the HubSpot helpline. How's your Friday been since we got together this morning, George and Casey?
My Friday's been okay. I will be honest and human that I have logged off like at 5 almost every day this week. And that is kind of catching up to me now. There are some things on my list for today that I'm like, oh. So I don't know if I'm going to be logging off at 5 today.
This mythical balance concept is so elusive.
I mean, it is achievable, though. It is achievable. Like, let me be honest with you, because I'll be the other kind of side of this conversation. I historically log off at 5:15, 5:30 every day. Now, do I come back and swing back around on my iPad later at night when we're just sitting on the couch and people are like doing stuff like in front of the TV? Sometimes. Like maybe. But when I think about balance, I also realize there's going to be times where the family is doing something on Saturday and I might be able to grab half a day. Now, I do make sure that Sunday for me, no religious intent, by the way, here of the conversation I'm having, but Sunday for me is a day of rest. It is the one day where I try. I'm a nerd. Try not to do anything. But sometimes I get caught up on an idea and then but there is a balance of as a business owner, I have had to escape the 5 days a week mindset. And so if you escape the 5 days a week mindset, what does balance in 7 days look like? It's different. So anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I really like Saturday mornings. A lot of times I can get some work done and it's nice because it's quiet. Like there's not
no meetings,
no shows, no show,
nobody. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. But I think it has a lot to do with what you often talk about, George, is like the difference between play and work. If it doesn't feel like a difference, then it's easy to go beyond these, traditional boundaries. People say I must work 10, 12 hours a day because I'm doing the content. And in those moments, it's like really hard to say like all of the content is work, right?
Right.
So not everything needs to be tied to minutes by minutes of ROI and billable hours. And so we do what we can. It was an interesting conversation on the on the Power Hour today, Casey.
Power Hour.
Trying to go through all the different enrichment, possibilities, and what was your takeaway from that? Is enrichment more or less understood than before AI got involved?
Maybe less. So before you jumped on the Power Hour, Chris, actually someone was saying they've had mixed success with the enrichment in HubSpot, which is to be expected. There is no perfect enrichment tool, to be clear to everyone.
Can we just call that? Can we just call that the first red flag?
Yeah.
Related to this topic. Continue.
Yeah. But I think, so that's the first red flag is when we enrich records, there's this expectation that it's going to be perfect and accurate, and that's impossible. It's just impossible. So I think when we rely exclusively or primarily on enrichment tools, whether that be HubSpot's smart CRM data enrichment that is now free, or if that is your Zoom Info, your Apollo, whatever you're using. I have clients that have like industry specific ones too. None of those are going to be perfect. And to me, that's where it comes, why I think that balance between like, what should we rely on from an automated standpoint versus what should we rely on our reps to do? Because I talk to you, Chris and George, every day. If I was updating my CRM on your profiles, I would know way more than the internet's going to know. And often those like one-on-one conversations are going to give us the insights before any enrichment tool can catch up, but also like the nuances that go beyond any enrichment.
Yep. So it was an interesting conversation as you guys went over the smart CRM as a whole today. A lot of opportunity with smart properties and things like that to overcome a lot of the challenges of the enrichment, the standard enrichment of old. Notice you brought your so before you share your screen, Casey, I would love, we actually have a voicemail today.
There we go.
So I'm excited to share it and get into this live problem solving. Here we go.
Hi, so I'm looking for help with my HubSpot account. I've got HubSpot Marketing Starter. Not sure if that makes a difference or not. I'm trying to set up the buyer intent tool. I've got my market set up. I've got some visitor intent pages configured. The tracking tag is in place. I've got data coming in to my visitors. If I try to filter the view by list, I'm not able to get that. The list has existed for a while. I use it actively for email campaigns, but trying to filter that list out so before I pass it off to sales, I can have it filtered for with or without this particular group. When I use the filter by list feature and try to search, the dropdown is empty on its own. If I search, nothing comes in, either typing it out fully or even just a term within the name. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. I have tried it with both an active and a static list, and neither one is showing up. Hoping you guys can help. Thank you.
Don't hold back.
I mean, Casey, go for it. Like,
I was waiting. I was just
no,
I already think I know what happened. So, but I'm always curious if other people have thoughts. I have it pulled up, Chris, if you want to share my screen. So the caller is referring to this buyer intent tool, which is in the marketing menu under buyer intent. And I'm looking at the visitors. And then in this sidebar here, you have a lot of options on the visitors and how you can segment your visitors on this list. And he's looking at filter by list here. And you can choose to either exclude companies in or only show companies in select lists. The problem that he's coming into, Joel, hi Joel, happy to have you join us, is you're filtering based on a contact list and buyer intent is based on companies. But no problem, we can fix this. What I would do is I would go over into my lists in HubSpot, my segments. And I would create a new segment. And you're going to want to choose companies. This portal has it named accounts.
As it should.
But yours might say companies.
I'm sure it probably does say companies.
And then click next. And then just get out all this stuff. And then I'm going to add a filter. And then what I would do is I would change from accounts up here over to contacts and then choose memberships. This is actually the first time that I've used this list building experience, so please bear with me.
You mean segment building experience?
Segment building experience. And you can choose the list membership for the contacts, and then you would choose your email list. So final dummy contacts, if that's my email list. Now I'm taking what I'm making is a segment of companies who have a contact on your email list.
So you're basically making a list of companies based on a list of contacts if we dumb it down. To
Yes.
which then, because it is a company list, you can go into buyer intent and you can use that list because HubSpot sees it as a company list.
Correct. So now I'm going to just save that and now go back to buyer intent. Correct.
And so it must be working off that HubSpot's like auto understanding the associated company to that contact in the contact list. That must be how it's working to gather that information.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And now I can reference that list here because it's a company list, and buyer intent is based on companies, not based on contacts.
Yep. Interesting. I wonder if there's ever going to be a day where buyer intent would actually be companies and contacts. Because the funny thing is that we just showed a hack for the real world problem is that humans buy from humans. They don't buy from companies. Anyway, I digress. Not why we're here.
Is it not a data privacy thing? Like, is it not just like too?
It might be. Maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
To be honest with you. Well, good job, Casey.
Thanks. I did have a head start.
Since Joel is with us, I'm curious if you could share in the chat if
who just got here in time.
If that was the solve. He did share that before we started getting into it. So was that your solve, Joel? Because one thing I did ask him to do, or I suggested he could do, is ask Breeze assistant.
Oh.
And
speaking of which, anyway, go ahead.
And that was able to solve it in some way. So I'm super interested. This is where there's 10 ways to do just about everything in HubSpot. Like, did it suggest the same way? And are we ending up with the same outcomes? I'd be super curious. He says, yes, that was it. So
I will add one caveat on here.
Why you add the caveat?
Well, I just want to, for Joel and any other of our loyal watchers.
Because you love people. That's the answer.
Because I love
Because I
people.
love people. I love humans. I'm going to give a caveat.
So the way I set this up is looking at the association as any contact. You may want to filter this down to contact with primary company if your contacts have multiple companies associated.
Good caveat. Yeah. Oh, that's a little cleaner than what I did. So I'm going to tweak it to what Casey suggested. Oh my goodness. Winning.
So Bree's got us part of the way there by highlighting the fact that we were trying to do something in contacts that we needed to do in company lists.
Yeah.
Can
we talk about Breeze for a second?
I think that's allowed. Let me check the agenda. Yep. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Let me get where I can share my screen, because I hope people aren't sleeping on Breeze. And let me see if I can find the actual tab where this happened, or if I can get back to it. I wonder. Let me see here real quick, because man, I should say we had a mind-blowing moment earlier today. Yep, it's still there. Okay. I'm going to share my screen, because we were just we like to test things at Sidekick Strategies. And so Jorge, we had our like one-on-one call. Let's see. I just want to share screen. Can I just do that? That'd be great. Thanks. There it is. Okay. So we are on our one-to-one call, and we were talking about Breeze and how it's getting really awesome. And so what we did is we literally started to have I might have just lost it. Oh, I might have just lost it, because what we did, yep, I think it just went away. That was dumb. Because I was prepping for, but I'll just do it here. I'll do it here.
Do it here.
I was prepping for, I'll do it here. I was prepping for, I wasn't prepping for it. We were literally in the meeting, and I said, Jorge, let's see what happens when we prep for our meeting that we're having. And the amount of information that it gave was absolutely crazy. Because then we also started to ask it questions about like the thing. But here's where it got interesting. It was looking at Google Drive, it was looking at email, it was looking at HubSpot. And so it brought like all of this context in. So like, well, first of all, can you even see, just prepping for this show, like actionable talking points, be ready for live and unscripted problem solving, like logistics and reminders. Here's like the link, like look here, it's literally giving like citations of the things of like where it's getting, like, because Google Drive and Gmail are integrated into like, and so literally I like opened this up. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Here we go. Yep. So check this out. Prepare me for the meeting with the Georges one-on-one, because Jorge and George is the same thing. So we just call it the Georges. And so it says the date, says the time, and like, here's the, invite, like purpose, flexible time, so we can just chat. So I asked it, what's the best thing for me to talk with Jorge about today? Check this out. Content creation and thought leadership cadence. Checking on video tutorials, encourage authenticity, brainstorm new topics together, collaboration and confidence building, support and feedback, visibility in community, optional workflow check-in, workflow progress, client wins. Like, it literally is talking about like some of our clients and like work that he's been doing to feedback loop. Just have a conversation. By the way, sample question. Meeting. Hey, Jorge, I'd love to riff a bit on how you feel stepping further into our shared content strategy. Like, I was just like, what is going on? The amount of context and like direction. And I wouldn't be sharing this if I was like, well, that was a pile of poo. No, it was actually relevant stuff that we had historically talked about and could continue the conversation on. So I just hope people are realizing when you hit that like prep me, it's prep me and then ask questions. Just don't hit the prep me, because the prep me was like just the data, but then ask questions about the prep me, and all of a sudden you start to get a flow of information it's bonkers.
That is pretty cool. That was that was a suggested prompt or one that you just did?
You mean the like tell me what I should talk to Jorge about?
Yeah.
No, that was my prompt. First of
Yeah.
all, I don't know if I've ever used a suggested prompt ever in my life, because I just
Well,
have a conversation with it.
The prepare button is a
Yeah.
suggested
Yeah,
prompt,
the
right?
prepare button is a suggested prompt, but then me asking questions past it was just our own curiosity to if it was going to give us a a kind of a doggy turd on the sidewalk, or if it was going to give us valuable information that we could actually like use, and it was very valuable.
Indeed. Yeah, context. Like I think it's, and don't underestimate how much it's learning from your HubSpot portal right
Yeah.
now. And when you have all of the integrations that you have, even the Google Calendar one, right? Like
Yep.
when I click prepare for helpline on my side, I see a little bit different. And which not everybody's going to get excited by the nuances of these, but when it said, like on Georgia's side, it said, this is a show you are a part of,
Yeah.
right? For me, I'm just I'm the organizer. I'm listed as an organizer, right? And it shows me who has declined, right? So it's definitely from a different set of context, right? Even the earlier call. And this is where, like, this is a perfect example where, Joel calls in and leaves a message, and this is that message, right? So highly likely that when he asked Breeze for help himself, he may not have given all of this context, right? And he might have been pretty short. Like I would have been short. I wouldn't want to type all this in, right? So I'm just like, hey man, it's not working with lists. Help me out, right? Instead, I copied this into Breeze Assistant, and now you get this like possibly much more detailed like support for what could be going right and going wrong, including a little bit of a warning here that HubSpot credits are required. So super interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, George.
Can I be nosy?
Sure.
Am I allowed to be nosy? You have a little add app icon. I see the Gmail and the Drive, but what's the blue icon?
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked like a
this one.
Confluence for Breeze.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
By
was
the way,
like what it was.
so these are all the apps that you could connect to Breeze right now. So literally getting context into Breeze Assistant never been easier. And yeah, don't sleep on this. I did this while we were on the unboxing, earlier with Ethan and Bill. As they were telling me about CPQ, I had Breeze Assistant tell me about CPQ. Ethan, the product manager, wasn't sure how well it was going to go with Assistant because Commerce Hub in general is one of these new things, especially CPQ that just came out. And he nailed it, right?
Nice.
And when you see all these citations, you understand why, like, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where this is not nearly as black boxy as it used to be, or as people think it can be at times.
Now,
so you can just click in here and
can I dream for a second?
Can you dream? I think
Can
so.
I dream for a second? Imagine a day when these citations are also hooked up to HubSpot Academy, And instead of going to a knowledge article, it literally takes you from, like, let's say, for instance, you're asking Breeze about HubSpot forecasting. And then one of the citations is the forecasting lesson. And you click on it and you can go watch the HubSpot Academy lesson on forecasting. Like, come on now. Come on.
Yep.
I want everybody to think about what, like, you're creating a CRM that now is like focused on educating the human at any level of question that they may have. Because imagine you're on the screen for segments, aka lists, and you ask a question, and imagine if it could just take you to the list training, or sorry, the segments training. Like that, that might be one of the best ways to battle what people are facing right now. Is imagine, by the way, if HubSpot updates were a citation, because you're like, hey, can I do this? And all of a sudden it took you to a citation where it was like, actually, there's a beta for this. Go ahead and turn it on. And now we can give you them. So all the sources need to be available in this bad boy. I'm just saying, come on, HubSpot. That's me dreaming. I know. I'll pinch myself. I'll wake up in a minute, but
I like this idea from Joel. Just give him the call in. Give him the call-in number. I'm for it. I'll show up for that.
There you go. Make us a citation, HubSpot.
Yeah, someday. That's dreaming right there, probably.
That's really dreaming.
So, but it's okay to have dreams. I do love, like, and that might be, there was an update just before inbound about how the academy was moving like inside of the portal in some way, like in that it wasn't such a different experience. Do you guys remember that update? Right. Mm-hmm. And bringing that together, I have to imagine is making context like this easier to bring together. Yeah. Because literally what George just described is getting to here. Like, what if this was one of the links? Yeah. Like in that same shot, right? It's a link here. Can we have it as a link? And I think the important thing, like the beauty of this being here is like, now, like, okay, I understand what it is. Now let me start using it. Yeah. Right. And I said, why is CPQ implementation so hard? And then we went right into update the quantity of the line items in the line item section on the quote. Can you double them? It did double them. And then I clicked undo. It did. And then it undo. Like this.
It undoed it.
Please stop. Please don't sleep on this part of HubSpot anymore. Yeah. This is going to change everything about, if you've had any level of adoption challenge, which is pretty much every HubSpot customer
ever.
Like, just get it. Just get your team, get yourself comfortable clicking this assistant button. Can just saying what's on your mind.
Can I ask a favor?
Sure.
Yeah. So HubSpot, I don't know if you'll hear this or not, or see this or not, but we're talking about how powerful Breeze Assistant is. And I went over to the little area with the apps. Once I saw, Chris had Confluence for Breeze attached in there, and I got joyous for a second because I thought we had added some new abilities here, which we have. And I saw Asana for Breeze. I immediately was trying to figure out my life choices because when I started my agency, I chose ClickUp. If I would have chosen Asana, I would actually not be having this question or this conversation right now. But HubSpot, I have a favor to ask. Can we please get ClickUp for Breeze Assistant? Because ClickUp for Breeze Assistant would be maybe one of the dopest things possible, at least for this guy and every other human who uses ClickUp and HubSpot. Anyway, okay, that's my question.
Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling HubSpot, George. We recommend that you just start getting comfortable in HubSpot projects.
Well, I knew you were going to go there. I knew it. Which, by the way, I've talked to multiple clients about HubSpot projects in the last week. just because I think it will be an ultimate game changer. But still, HubSpot. Listen, let's get back together. HubSpot.
In the meantime,
Click up for Breeze Assistance. Would be good. Really good.
Yeah. Plug in all the things.
Yeah, all the things.
So I did the HubSpot adoption hug this week, and my friend Hannah Fisher was on the hug with me, and she had a great idea around this, which was us like HubSpot admin types
You just don't
tend
like
to
to use
do
the word nerds, do you?
HubSpot nerds.
Yeah.
The HubSpot nerds, we like to build out documentation historically. I have created HubSpot user guides for my clients with all the links to like important workflows and the properties that kind of run their system. She suggested, we can now input that to Breeze, specifically even the internal FAQ assistant, which is one of the Breeze assistants. And then suddenly these guides that no one ever looked at are like actually useful.
I hope they looked at them, but it does give it additional context, right? So think about that, what you just said. Like, you now live in a world where you can give HubSpot the Casey effect, this effect, the George effect, because you could literally create a knowledge base, knowledge vault, that could then be attached to the Breeze assistant to do things in the way that you might teach them to do the things.
And in case you missed it yesterday, that's exactly what I did with Mr. Joshua Oakes, who's already built 4 different knowledge base, knowledge vaults in support of assistants, not agents. And assistants are the ones that you can give Breeze a different hat, basically, and say, hey, I want to talk to the process helper. Breeze. I want to talk to the sales messaging Breeze assistant because I got to write an email. I want to make sure I get the message right. I want to talk to the brand bot assistant. And it was pretty cool. Nice. Again, it's along those same lines of do not start from scratch. Do not think you have to start from scratch if you're building any of this. I guarantee there's a PDF, email, transcript somewhere that you can start with to start getting help from these assistants. Yeah, I know everybody has a Google Drive or a local Windows Drive somewhere full of stuff that you wish people would always check out and stop downloading and printing out on their desk. And yeah, I could go on.
You don't like to print stuff out anymore, Chris?
I'm not sure I ever did. But yeah, no, you totally get it. And that's why Breeze Assistant is so powerful. It's right where you work. That's why you printed it out on your desk. Like the local drive is so far away from where your emails are and your HubSpot is, and you don't want to have to go click 5 times to figure out what that process was. Now you can have it right inside of Breeze Assistant.
Yeah.
So what do you say we head into the Reddit mailbag?
Oh my!
Today.
I guess we can do that.
I'm gonna do that. A nice and easy one, I think.
Let's do an easy one.
Org chart.
Oh.
Does anyone know of a way to create an org chart within HubSpot? Specifically, would love a dashboard type view. We have multiple industries where people on the lower end of the totem pole move where they are needed for months at a time. And this creates access issues if we don't update it. I'm thinking a displayed org chart could help keep these updates clear for the teams and admins.
Good news.
Yeah, go ahead, Casey.
So HubSpot, a couple of, I guess, months ago now, actually, not even that long ago, acquired a company called OrgChart.
Org Chart Hub. Yes.
OrgChart Hub.
A well-respected app that's been around for a while, and it's so exciting to see those guys, get recognized for how good that app really is for that use case.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find what is the product update called?
But let's see I think it's interesting to see how other people might approach this, because also that is only available at the enterprise level, I'm pretty sure, right now, and maybe sales enterprise specifically at that. Here's somebody saying, a smarter way is building a dynamic chart inside HubSpot using custom objects and associations, so movement auto updates without manual edits. That worked in construction.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. And also, like, if you don't, so custom objects still available at enterprise only.
Yeah.
But you can, contacts can associate with each other with lots of association labels, but also the listing object, any of the object library objects, but probably the listing object makes the most sense. You could rename that as needed.
I wonder. So, just give me a second, because I don't know. Sometimes I have moments of genius. Other times it's like, dude, put the pipe down. But
kind of pipe is that, Rich?
Tobacco, like
Okay.
Popeye, like a corn cob Popeye, right?
Okay.
So you now have where you can create views, like a board view, in context or in whatever. And so I almost wonder if you could create like a board view based off of an org chart property that was a set of drop downs for like leadership, sales, marketing, like whatever. And if you could then have contacts inside of the sales or the VP, or like, so think sales leadership, sales professionals, marketing leadership, marketing professionals. Like, if you could create a property that would be the org chart structure and then have humans be in those properties, if you could actually hack even in starter or pro, something that could work as a visual org chart, potentially. I don't know. I'm just curiosity. The new views and the new index pages are killing me. Like the amount of things that you can do with like board view and Gantt chart and report view and table view. And so, like, are there ways with property and these new options that you can hack some things that you historically couldn't have done before?
I don't think you have to put the pipe down.
Oh,
there.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to find the, is there a default property that is like seniority level that you'd see on LinkedIn, like executive?
Well, I mean, there's role, but that doesn't,
because that's where I would go with it. I know there's some.
One of the to bring this back to bring this back to the enrichment conversation we started with, one of the properties on contact records that HubSpot will enrich is employment seniority. We did discuss how like the accuracy of that.
There it is. Employment. That was the word I was missing. So if we have Whoa, so much going on here. I better share my screen, get some help from some pros. So here's where I was. So I'm in contacts and I came to board view. Let me just start from the beginning. So instead of table view, go to board view, and in settings, I can decide, right? Usually, currently, if you've never messed with this before,
It's life cycle stages.
it's life cycle stages, right? And if we go to employment, seniority, we see VP, director, entry, which basically is the makings of this org chart. If you
Yeah.
can connect.
And if you
that
do the drop down,
department.
what happens? Oh, you can select more: owner, partner, senior, employee.
Yeah. So we're gonna just let's do that.
Yeah, and then I'm super curious. The card setup. What is? Oh, for myself or for everyone? Okay. Yeah.
Right. This
So,
just came out. The ability to edit these.
Very cool. Very
Um,
cool.
So this has been a long time. Like this always is a request
Yeah.
from new users. Like because out of the box, yeah, we almost always have custom properties that we would
Yep.
prefer to see in these cards. So, and even like these quick actions, like, are you kidding me now? Like you can do just about,
Yeah.
can take so much action, even sectioning.
So if we save that bad boy and because you're in a fake portal, right?
Yes.
So if you go and add some like humans, because what I'd love to see is like if you go add some fake humans, some of that employment status, you should start to then be able to visualize what this would look like.
Yes. Employment, seniority. I'm just going to add it here because I'm guessing it must not be filled out.
Right. That's why you're empty. That's what I'm saying. If you go to some of your like fake humans
Yeah.
and give them like, it could be 2 or 3 of them, right? Just go to like all and then click into like,
How about Casey Hawkins?
yeah.
Go to that fake human.
Yeah. Go to that
Fake
fake human. Yeah.
All right.
So actions at the top, or you can do it there. Yeah, that's fine. You're there. And then nope, that's not really what you wanted.
This is what I wanted because I'm going to do this
Oh,
more than
you're
once.
gonna put it. I see what you're doing. You're gonna put it in there, so you can do it across the couple quickly.
Yeah.
See, you could have done it at the view level. By the way, you could have added a column in the view level called
Did I actually add
index
it? There we go.
page. Could have done that too, and we could have done multiple. See, this is what I love about HubSpot. You can do like 13 different ways to do the same thing.
And all right, so lots of stuff going on here. I mean, if you haven't, like, long gone are the days where like you can't put exactly what the person needs to see when they want to see it,
Yeah.
wherever they're working in HubSpot.
So let's continue that. Hit edit columns, Chris, real quick before you do that. So just do edit columns at the top. Yep. And then look for employment. Yep. Seniority. And then hit apply or bring it to the top. Yeah. And then once you save this, because you want to make sure that, yeah. Now just choose a couple different people, right? And like give them some of these like things. Yep. And then once you go into that board view, we'll see if like this actually made sense or not.
Go back in here.
And then you need to set your, yep. I'll see, this gets interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
It definitely starts to give you that picture.
yeah.
Like, and
because can't you do
order these?
Can't you do like, I bet it's the order in which you click them, by the way. The order in which you add them is probably how they show up. So like if you click all those.
I'm guessing. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's the order in which you click them is the order in which they add them. So depending upon how you want your board set up is the order in which you would click those options to build it. So like if you wanted employees first, then boom. But like, yeah. So which you didn't pick any there you go. Managers. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Because
So
here, like if we're saying like this level leads to this level, like I
yeah,
know that's not what these are for, but
yeah.
you can kind of like the visual nature of this,
Yep. And here's
right?
what's interesting in me too is like because you could first create a view that is a view based on an organization. So like right now we're talking about, or I'm talking about like you could view your own org chart very easily by getting your own people in here and building this. But you could literally create a view that is like a company view or something along those lines, or filtered by a certain specific company or something, I imagine, and be able to do this at like a very granular level.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we've got options. Definitely like the org chart play is especially if the need is only like every quarter that you need to see it and just make sure everybody like org chart is definitely for are we dynamically managing all these relationships related to this one company or one deal? And you got like heat maps of activity and just all this stuff that gives you ultimate visibility
Yeah.
to be able to understand. So it's super powerful. But for that use case that I described on Reddit, I think I like what you're getting at here, George.
I mean, this is totally a hack, right? But
Yeah.
I like that we chase this too, because I would want people to understand like, Chris, can you grab Eleanor and move Eleanor over to executive? See, so what I want you to realize is like, dependent upon what properties you create and what view you create, you literally you can create processes and systems based off of views and properties.
Congrats, Eleanor.
Yeah.
Congrats on that promotion.
Increase. Woo!
Right? And then if we're really doing open book management, we could just have a meeting about it and show everybody this dashboard and be like, this is Eleanor getting promoted.
Yeah.
How about that?
Think about what you just did though, right? You just moved director to executive because it changed a property. Well, what does that enable? Any workflow can set any property, so you can automate any process that you've now visualized in a board view based off of properties. Like if that doesn't make your mind go, oh, ish, I can do XYZ that I never even thought about and visually be able to see it in HubSpot. Like go use Salesforce then. Bye.
Not recommended.
Just
Not recommended.
kidding.
And then, it's really unbelievable what they've been doing on this index page. Like, because let's say also we just want to remember where everybody's at.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There they are.
Matthew, probably in Boston.
Yeah.
But you see, like this visualization, like companies and companies,
Can I
companies and contacts.
I'm not going to talk about this from like a organizational ROI standpoint, but I want you to think about this for a second. I'm a content creator. I have a podcast. I set up my podcast in a way that people can convert and actually suggest shows or get the show notes. They now convert. I put them in a view of my podcast listeners. And now you want to know where your podcast listeners are actually listening in from? Oh my God, you've got a map of your podcast listeners. So you want to do an event? You go and look at where all the blue dots are and you go do a podcast event, because now you know where all your listeners are. It all ties together if you just think about how you can hack the crap out of what HubSpot is building.
Based on Chris, your map, we're going to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking a note. Like you tested, you did the proof of concept yesterday with going to the UK. It went well. So we need to expand, I think is is what the data is telling us.
So can I just,
Inbound Europe.
I know I have a hard stop, but I want to unlock people's damn brains. Imagine you've got a property, and in the property, you can set the product that people are interested in or they've purchased. And now you want to have like 7 tabs for 7 different products to see where the things are actually popular from a product level visually. Like,
The thing is hacking your data model so
Yep.
that HubSpot can do all of this for you.
yep.
Uh,
So Chris, what does that mean? That means more now than any other time on the face of this planet, you need to be paying attention to your freaking data and what you're capturing and what you're setting and what you're viewing, and like how data truly is the engine of what you're optimizing in the future for your organization. More now than ever.
Agreed. How you feeling, Casey? Did we help some people today?
I think I hope we helped some people. I think your org chart solution was very good. I think as someone that like lives and breathes the updates, it can be easy for me to like point to an update and say like this is the solution for your problem. And it's good to still look at alternatives, whether that's a subscription element, or sometimes the updates are too rigid, like especially when they're in beta too, that they don't work for your specific needs. So
I think
those are my thoughts.
when I love your thoughts, Casey. And if I think about this, I think there's a level of you can pay attention to this, right? There's one, is there an update or a beta that allows me to do what I need to do? 2, is there an app that I can integrate that allows me to do what I want to do? 3, can I hack the crap out of my HubSpot and do what I want to do? Like those are the, or can I build something custom? There's the 4th one, but like my fear is that we get to a place where people forget that they can hack their own ideas because they're so leaning on it being given to them, made for them, or suggested to them by AI or some other thing or person. Like we've got to use our brains and do things even though it wasn't meant to be built that way, if it gets us to what we need to do. All right. That's maybe less HubSpot, more life. Anyway, is what it is.
Well, that's where it starts. Like if you don't decide you want to do the thing and you let however HubSpot's built, like decide that for you, like you're missing out.
It goes back, Chris, to fundamentally, and you know I've said this all the time, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if you don't start using HubSpot in a way that you're trying to wrap HubSpot around your business instead of cram your business inside of a CRM, you will never get the percentage of ROI that you were looking for.
Indeed. Had this conversation earlier today. If you're new to the space, or if you're used to any other system of data, it's all objects, properties, databases. HubSpot is that, right? So there's no reason, just because it's been the happy orange ecosystem doing inboundy things and the marketing people, like, yeah, it's still that. I'll give you that, but it's working on a platform that is a database, just like any other system out there at this point. What they've done with Data Hub, like the barrier is it's not there anymore. Like you can put your whole business inside of HubSpot now. I'd say probably except for accounting. Right.
Yeah, just wait. It might get there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some complexities of that are crazy.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm ready for the day we have to talk about accounting updates.
Yeah. Well, all we know is that when that day does happen, HubSpot will have done it in the easiest way that we've never seen before, and it's going to make a lot of lives easier. I think that might be the last place that it happens, though.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks to George and Casey for
Thanks,
another
Chris.
HubSpot helpline. I know Rob Jones will be back, and I think Kyle will be back sometime next month after his parental leave.
I think it might go.
What's that?
I don't know. I think Kyle almost
Oh.
until November.
Almost
Oh,
till
did I?
November. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be ready when he gets back.
ready when
We'll
he
be welcome back. Had a lot
He'll
of
be
good
welcome
feedback.
back.
Yeah. So we'll see everybody next week, 3 p.m. from the Profoundly page live. See you
See
guys
ya.
later.
Ah.
Hello, you've reached the HubSpot helpline. Helpline.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot